We've all heard the saying, it's not about the facts, it's about the framing. But most people don't know the art of controlling the frame. Charlie Kirk was a master at it. While his opponents threw data, emotion, and outrage, Kirk built invisible walls around the debate, forcing them to argue inside his frame. That's how he won. But how exactly did he pull this off? Well, let's dive into the strategies he used to manipulate the frame in his debates. These are the 5 ways Charlie Kirk controlled the frame. Number 1, he would reframe attacks. In the art of rhetoric, there's a law that states, never defend yourself, attack your opponent instead. But Kirk took this a step further. When challenged, he rarely defended himself. Instead, he reframed the attack. For example, if accused of being extreme, he wouldn't say, I'm not extreme. Instead, he'd shift the frame. Why is free speech extreme? Why is protecting faith radical? Suddenly, the other person is on the defensive explaining why the attack doesn't hold. They have to prove their point. He flipped the switch on them. This way, no one could pin him down because the goal wasn't to win an argument. It was to make the opponent defend their position. Number 2, he used short, sharp questions. Another rhetorical law states, say less than necessary. And Kirk was a master of this, especially in interviews. He'd ask short, cutting questions with no explanation. Define a woman. Do you believe in free speech? 1 sentence. That's it. This forces the other person to over-explain, stumble, or contradict themselves. It's a form of entrapment. Think about it. If someone asks you, do you believe in God? You might launch into a theological explanation. But if they follow up with, do you pray? Or do you go to church? Your answer will be more personal and reveal more about your beliefs than you intended. That's the power of brevity in questioning. And Charlie Kirk knew this well. The silence he left after his questions hung in the air and trapped his opponents. Number 3, reputation and positioning. Before engaging with someone in debate, we often look at their track record, their reputation, their body language. We form an image of who they are before they utter a word. And guess who had the best reputation in the room? Usually, Charlie Kirk positioned himself as the reasonable conservative voice in a sea of angry faces. So when the left opponent inevitably raised their voice, screamed expletives, or threw tantrums, they were seen as the unreasonable ones. The frame shifted from are they right to who is calm and reasonable, and he controlled how people judged the exchange. See, he had already convinced the audience of his own reasonableness. So when push came to shove, he was seen as the reasonable conservative while everyone else was seen as the angry left. This goes to show how important branding and reputation are in controlling the frame. Number 4, he chose the battlefield. Whenever the debate strayed too far from his talking points, Charlie would pull it back to his own battleground. For example, if the topic was campus politics and the opponent brought up issues like climate change or gun control, he'd swiftly redirect the conversation back to free speech, patriotism, or traditional values. He didn't shy away from switching topics. He owned the table. He set the agenda. He chose the topics he was willing to discuss. And he made it clear that he would argue on his own ground, not on the opponent's turf. And number 5, he timed his strike. Timing is everything. And Charlie Kirk knew when to deliver his punches. He never rushed his lines. He never felt the need to interrupt or talk over his opponents. He let them build emotion, logic, and momentum, and then he dropped his rehearsed lines at the peak of the tension. This turned many of his debates into viral clips spread across social media. He mastered the art of timing. He baited the hook until the perfect moment to land his catch. Now here's the crucial takeaway. What Charlie Kirk did is not new. It's been studied, practiced, and perfected for centuries. From ancient texts to modern-day debates, the principles remain the same. Machiavelli wrote that perception is stronger than reality. Sun Tzu said, "He who defines the battleground wins the war before it begins." Charlie Kirk simply translated this ancient wisdom into modern campus debates. In today's world, corporations do the same thing. Apple doesn't sell phones. It sells the idea of individual expression and creativity. Starbucks doesn't sell coffee. It sells an experience and a lifestyle. Like Charlie Kirk, they don't fight on facts. They control the frame. Now here's the question for you. In your own debates, at work, at school, even in your personal life, Are you scrambling inside someone else's frame, or are you the one building it? Comment below. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button and share it with a friend. Subscribe for more videos like this. Until next time.